With unemployment at over 12% and on the way to reach 15% by 2010, and with 1 in 4 of our under-25s currently unemployed, Ireland has been hit harder by the jobs crisis than most other OECD countries. The collapse of the housing price bubble, compounded by the global financial crisis and economic slowdown, quickly translated into sharp job losses and increases in unemployment for Ireland. From December 2007 to July 2009, 166,000 people joined the ranks of the unemployed, driving the unemployment rate in Ireland up by 7.8 percentage points. So how do we reverse this? To avoid a return to the high and persistent unemployment of the 1980s and early 90s, a key priority now for Ireland is to provide effective employment services to a rapidly rising pool of job seekers and ensure that the most vulnerable of them do not lose contact with the labour market and drift into inactivity.
Well, there's certainly a lot of anger around at the moment, but it's underpinned by huge fear. Nobody knows whether we're at the bottom of the recession and how long it's going to last. So as a result, people don't feel really that they have control of their destiny. I don't think a recession has to be so dark and frightening. It's time to be creative and imaginative.
I would see a recessionary time as an opportunity to say, okay, a certain formula has brought us here. Now, what can we do to change this formula in the hope that when we move on, that things are going to be different? So I actually see a recession as a time of great opportunity, a time for all those creative instincts that we all have, and to look for different ways to do things. And there are different ways, and there are better ways.
Job Creation Initiative Oranmore. It's a panel of talent, a panel of expertise that's available free to people to help them get started in a business. It's a very caring initiative. It's there to offer support to people, support that might cost them a few €1,000 if they had to go out and look for it, support such as IT, marketing support. We have a number of business coaches. So really we have everybody you need. If you have a business idea, we can help you get started.
It's not necessarily a bad time to start your own business or to go into business for yourself, simply because there's a huge amount of support there, both from a government point of view and private point of view. People have a little bit more time now because they're not as busy. So there's a huge amount of advice out there, there's a huge amount of support, there's a huge amount of businesses that would be quite happy to help other businesses get started. And I mean, the thing that will get us out of this recession are the small business, the medium-sized enterprises that in large measure are indigenous.
We went out initially to set up and we did our business plan and everything like that. We weren't in an actual recession, you know, it wasn't specifically labelled that. But when we did actually start trading, the banking crisis hit and the recession and everything hit pretty much in the same week, really. So it was a little bit daunting, but what we've tried to do is kind of stay positive and stay focused on what it is that we can give to the customers rather than the challenges that we actually face as a company internally. In the sign industry, as in most industries, there's an awful lot of scope to it. There's an awful lot of stuff that you can do. So rather than three of us going out in the business and trying to say we can do absolutely everything, we know what we can do really well, and we stick to those elements of the trade, and therefore when a client comes to us and they work with us, they get a really good end product.
Customised framing with wooden print, and we internally illuminated it with LEDs. and we gave it a nice moulded bubblegum finish. Nice job.
The waiting room magazine is provided to waiting patients in doctor's surgeries to provide just 30 minutes of entertainment. It's available free and in quantity, distributed to the 4 million GP visits that are made by the Irish adults every quarter. Doing business in a recession, I think, challenges us. It challenges us and it makes us work harder, and it makes us become more creative and think harder about the way we approach things. This is a new job for me. I've never done this before. I changed tacks and trying something different because there was very little work in graphic design. I'm having a crack at publishing with the little bit of experience I had in magazine publishing and making it into a new career for myself. I think it's possible to have 2 or 3 completely separate careers in your life, because if you're motivated and you enjoy change, there's no reason at all why you couldn't try something new if things have slowed down in one particular career.
The very same thing happened to me a long time ago in 1981 when we hit a wall, and it was really a terrifying experience because it was so unexpected and so sudden. No soft landings, things happen very rapidly. And my advice would be, well, to get advice. That's the first thing. There are lots of people around who have been through it and who are very happy to give advice. And you look for new business wherever you can get it. You're looking at new ways of doing things, maybe new ways of doing old things or new ways of doing new things. But that is sort of, it brings out a lot of creativity. Once you get over the, I suppose, feeling gloomy about life, you just get up and get on and do it, you know. And you work very, very hard, very hard.
I think for an individual, the skills that they have is their product that they can sell. The more skills you have, the more product you have. You know, the more you have to sell and the more you have to offer an employer. I got offered a job here in Executive Helicopters. I started here 4 years ago. We look after helicopters and some small fixed wings. Did my apprenticeship, and I'm just after finishing my apprenticeship now, so qualified, all done. When we come out of the recession, I think if you've improved yourself, you're giving yourself a better opportunity. World Skills was in Calgary in September. Ireland sent a team of 11 people. It's the smallest team they ever sent. We were in training for 12 weeks beforehand. It was a big commitment. The competition was 4 days long and we got a gold in that. Ireland got in total 3 golds, 2 bronze and 5 medallions of excellence, and we finished second in the world to Korea, and it was the best result we ever had. This is the first year that aircraft maintenance has ever been in the World Skills, so it's great to be the first winner, you know. You need to look at your weaknesses, go do a course and improve that weakness and, you know, get rid of it. Invest in materials. When we come out of the recession, I think if you've improved yourself, you're giving yourself a better opportunity. I think you have a better chance if you look at what you can give to your company rather than what you can get out of it. You have a better chance of being employed and getting your pay rises. Companies are finding it tough at the moment. You're better off having a job, even if it's a 3-day week or whatever.
A time like this does put a further challenge to it, because you have to be on your game and you have to be up for it, you know.
People are more creative, they're coming up with great ideas and they work through it, and onwards and upwards there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
In terms of creativity, look, it's absolutely wonderful. I think we all look on at those people who we see as being creative and say, God, you know, they're just fantastic, right? But you know something, we all can be creative. It's just different ways.
So, Job Creation Initiative Oranmore is here to help, to lend a helping hand, to listen, but above all, to give hope and support. And I think hope is needed right now. And we're glad if we can be part of it.